Here we go again, another year of making videos for the internet. I've got a world raid, another adventure bike. I'm going to turn this into the DarkHorse 3.0. Everyone that's been a part of my channel knows what this progression is all about, but if you've just joined in, the concept of the DarkHorse has just been to take the standard machine, a bike that I feel is in the ballpark of, you know, the kind of riding I like to do. I have an enduro, motocross, desert racing background, and so I've chosen the Tenere as the base platform. And you can always make them better, or it's not so much better, it's just more suited to the way you ride. The most important thing for me is to minimize the weight of the standard machine and reallocate the weight. The first mod that I do straight up is the standard exhaust has got to go. There's so much junk on the internet, especially when it comes to slip-on mufflers. Just be careful what you're buying, because you might lose a lot of weight and have a cool sound, but they're just going to fall apart and the motor's going to run like shit. So just on that, typical Yamaha, that's super quiet. So I've got some scales and I'll weigh this puppy for you. .64 kilos or thereabouts, and I am going to the Acro slip-on, a Motology Films signature Acro slip-on, mind you. Yeah, let's see what the difference is. 0, 3.156. So there's 1.5 kilos straight up. There you go. That's the sign of a quality system that is engineered to work with the engine. Not a crackle, not a pop. So I'm getting rid of this Pirelli Scorpion Rally STR. STR stands for street. It's kind of where they belong. You don't want to start pushing with STRs off-road. You will eat shit. I actually dropped the world raid on the launch when I was with Townley. Just lost the rear and off it went. And I put the Warhorse in the ditch in the Netherlands. So, yeah, learnt my lesson. Scorpion XC heavy duty mid hard. So she's a motocross tyre, really, and I'm curious to try it. I just want that, you know, ultimate traction at the front wheel while I'm testing this bike and setting it up. But it'll be a while before I'm off on any adventures. I'm actually going to piece together another how to ride series. off with the street tyre. Right. Funny old thing, this influencer business. Just interesting, some of the reactions on videos of the last couple of years, and you know, like offering, or not even offering, delivering advice in a abrupt manner, out of probably just out of frustration of the hordes and hordes of people coming into adventure bike riding, which is awesome. But what shits me is just they're being led down the garden path by people that just want you to swipe your credit card. And you know, if you've lived a life of motorcycle riding on the street, and then your first taste of off-road is a 200 kilo plus adventure bike, you are well and truly diving in at the deep end. And unless you're raised in the dirt on little dirt bikes and had a lifetime of the little nuances that go into riding off-road, you really are an absolute beginner. And it's the big twin cylinder adventure bikes. It's just, the world's gone nuts for them. Lockdown probably assisted that. People are like, I don't need to be hunched over trying to do the speed limit on an R1. I want to get out and live a little and get a piece of this adventure bike game. And there's some are genuine, they want it and they're doing all the right things, but others just don't have the time for it, and they're like, boom, give me that image. And that image unfortunately represents, you know, like a GS 1250 with steel panniers and luggage up here and just all the shit head to toe with zero, you know, off-road ability. And it's a real distorted game. I'm not going to deliver things the way I have been. I don't always feel that good about it, and it's not up to me to look out for you. So from here on, I'm just going to do what I do, film it, and yeah, tag along, learn what you can, but ultimately just enjoy the entertainment, because you're never really going to learn 100% what you need to do by watching videos. You've just got to get out there and do it. Look at her, the dark horse of dark horses. I'll get to the tail tidy later. That's enough for now. 28 psi front and rear. Yeah, just gonna go for a cruise. Oh, and feel the big girl out. Let's go. Four, 5 clicks, and I'm just gonna soften the rebound, soften the compression a touch while it's so new, just while she's bedding in, because yeah, bouncing around a bit. ABS off-road, ABS off. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's heaps better. Slowed the rebound down on the rear. Yeah, she's not booting me in the bum. Wow, tyres, eh? What a difference tyres make. If you do nothing else to your adventure bike, from wheeling it out of the showroom floor, get yourself decent off-road tyres. It turns it from a pretend street bike into a reasonably capable off-road bike. Decent downhill, straight into a good uphill. Let's go. What a beast. You gotta have the tyres, honestly. Alright, more of the same. What a beast. Really good. I've done nothing, but honestly that extra 20-30 mil of travel yeah, pretty happy with the changes so far. And they're not even changes really, it's just setup. Tires, clicker adjustment, this is all stuff, variations of things you can do to the standard bike, the most expensive thing being the acro, but hey, treat yourself to a quality exhaust, lose some weight, listen to it. Yeah, nah. Looking forward to getting more stages of this build done. She's a super beast. Wow. It takes the hits really good. It's going to get even better. Far out. Working up a sweat. Old Boost Town, eh? Nice little introduction to the World Raid. Earned myself a cool drink. And thanks to Joe Dirt from Top End Moto Tours. Look at that. Kombucha. Whoa. Cold kombucha. Not the most hardcore drink, but whatever. The balance is phenomenal, and it's a credit to Yamaha. They've always been like that, you know. They've always really got things right. You know, a lot of manufacturers do stuff for the sake of being different, and when I say different, like, if your motorcycle has its fuel tank behind you, it's a bad move.
I'd avoid those kind of bikes, especially if you're putting luggage there as well, you know. KTM have changed the game by getting all that fuel down as low as possible, and it's a different dynamic to the bike again. But for this conventional dirt bike feel, to me the World Raid has maintained exactly that. It's just a big dirt bike. I was dubious about moving on from the standard one and getting a World Raid, and the main reason I did is because at some point I reckon I'd like to hang on to one, you know. Like, I reckon in 30 years this model will be like a bit of a classic, bit of a warhorse, you know, the DarkHorse.
What a weapon. Thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah, you know the drill. Subscribe and all that stuff. And next episode, you're going to meet my good old friend Chris Hollis, who's actually bought the DarkHorse 2.0. And he doesn't need to know how to ride. He's a former Australian off-road champion, multiple endurocross champion, all that stuff. But he's relatively new to the adventure game, so I'm going to show him a thing or two and then send him off into the sunset to ride the DarkHorse 2.0 home. See you soon.